Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're on the topic of Payday 3 again. I have made several videos about Payday thus far on this channel, however I will state that it is not a Payday 3 exclusive channel, believe it or not. I do all kinds of game reviews and stuff, but I felt like that needed to be said since Payday 3 has been recurring on this channel for more than 4 times already. So as stated earlier, I have made 4 videos on Payday 3 and they have been critical on varying levels. I would say 2 mostly negative and 2 mostly positive, so we're neutral at this point maybe. They all contain positive and negative points about the game, so I thought that how about I prove my allegiance to Payday 3 by doing a normal video where I won't point out the utter pain in the ass this video has been to me because of the ridiculously bad server issues on this dumbass game. Okay, I'm sorry. I will say this as a final point before getting into the grading of the different stealth missions. The connection is ass. Put me so far behind in production of this video. I have been waiting through 5-minute loading screens just to be fucking sent back to the fucking menu screen like this has been so fucking long. It is actually time to stop fucking around and fixing the servers. Servers on an online-only game should be fucking working months into the game, especially when the game has 300 players and not fucking 60,000. Holy shit. Are they trying to fuck this game? Okay. This is horrendous, terrible, and probably the worst fucking thing to happen. Imagine a game that you cannot play, whose idea was online only. Fire them now. Even when... but even when the servers function, online only is a terrible idea. Because when they don't work, terrible isn't even a percentage of the bad names this game would have been described with. Either way, hello and welcome to Payday 3 again. I will, in this video, rank all different Payday 3 stealth heists on the board right here. It's from A to F. Now, I will get a few things out of the way. You cannot, however, do all heists stealthy. Road Rage and Cook Off are 2 heists that cannot be done stealth. 9 out of 11 heists available can be done stealth, including the DLC. A few rules I will lay down before I go. For the completion of this heist, I used skills and was not without skill points active. All heists difficulty was set to very hard since I believe that is the best and most common difficulty. The XP and money you get from this difficulty makes it worth going stealth, as well as not being overly difficult for those who desire a harder challenge with the overkill difficulty. I recommend playing at least very hard or overkill difficulty on stealth heists, since otherwise you might as well just play loud on hard or normal and complete it faster. I also do not use favors like cards, elevator tricks, or anything like that, since you cannot always control the challenge with favors. Sometimes you get them randomly and they will not give you a similar experience, which is really good when you play it normally, but for consistency within the review, I will not use any favors besides the 4 basic everyone can buy cheap in-game. I will only use one of them, the zipline, in 1 mission, and that's because I don't want to walk back and forth. It's very redundant sometimes. One side note as well, A to F rankings are completely based in the Payday 3 game, which means if I say A heist, means it's an A heist compared to other heists in Payday 3. Therefore, it does not mean an A heist in terms of being the best map in any game ever. All maps and all rankings are constrained within the universe of Payday 3. An A map in this ranking does not mean it as good as something in another game. It just means that it is the highest rank of maps for this game. Am I clear? So do not get pissed at me. Although I will say it is all scientific and your opinion does not matter because I only deal in science and not opinions. Since 2 maps aren't stealthable, they automatically land themselves in the F grade at this point. Sorry, no stealth, no grade. Let's begin by reviewing the very first map that can be explored in this game in both stealth and loud. No rest for the wicked. The map is a very simple map, which can be understood since it's an introductory map, therefore it gets a pass on that point. Other than that, most of the gameplay relies on circling around the same route many times. First, sneak through the lobby and enjoy the hall of the bank and the stairs because you will get familiar with them as soon as you sneak up and down these several times to complete objectives that require repetitive walking back and forth, up and down. If you are lucky, the van will end up in a parking lot, saving you some tedious pedaling back and forth later. The objectives are at least somewhat good and makes relative sense. Steal 2 keycards, take out cameras, get computer access, and figure out the right switch. Use correct switch. Kidnap manager, force them to access the vault, steal the code from his computer, open vault, get in, disarm as many die packs as you can before hauling the shit the fuck out of there. The fact that you cannot solo disarm all die packs is unfortunate since the game wants to rely on multiplayer and that just assumes you always have someone to play with. I think if they added an offline mode, They could really perhaps increase the time of the dye packs before they explode, and making all money bags accessible to solo players as well. At least you can get 6 out of the 8 bags out of there, but I still think that shows what they intended for the game, which is a crew of people, and they don't really have any mercy in that sense for solo players like myself. Other than that, No Rest for the Wicked is a good map for starters and not too difficult with good randomization. Cards are usually always on the same guards, making that portion of game's randomization more predictable. As for the cameras and computer room, the spots can change, which is really good, and the managers can be found at almost always the same place. Placement of cameras and security guards are good, allowing you to manage a safe stealth plan and just trust in it. If you play right and move right, you will succeed, even though you get sloppy sometimes like me, and had to tie up the entire back of the bag, of course. This map gets a C score. It does not suck, but it could certainly be better. A solid start nonetheless. Next up, Dirty Ice. I always love those chill quick play heists that is easier and faster than the rest. Just a quickie to get warm in the pants, you know? Dirty Ice is that one for Payday 3. Low risk, low reward, quick. If you're soloing this one stealth, there's a few things to know. First off, there are many ways to complete this one. The method I prefer to use is sneaking in the back way through the garage building and not touching any loot in the main lobby for one simple reason. Trying to grab things in the front lobby as well as the back is almost impossible alone without a teammate. Now you can of course succeed solo anyways, but the loot just isn't worth the extra work that needs to go into such an operation. You're in that case better off going loud or with a teammate. As I stated earlier, this heist has great variety in ways to complete it, which is a massive positive. There are of course some elements that get redundant if you are to play this heist over and over again, but since it's a pretty quick operation in general, it won't matter if you have to sneak to the basement again and again. To complete this heist, I use this method. Sneak in the back way by masking up and climbing on top of the white van. After that, you need to access the computer. You need to get a QR code. Remember the code to the basement located in the computer message. Get the red and blue key card, flip the detector switch, kidnap the employee, kill off the guard, that's an optional one, open the special vault by forcing an employee to press a button, use the red key card to open the vault. As soon as the vault is open, the lead guard will start coming inside from the back door, so keep that in mind. Get to the display cases behind the lobby, grab employees and the corpse and stuff them inside the bathroom closest to where you first entered, because no one will check there. Fill your bags with all the shiny stuff and leave to get some milk through the entrance window and toss bags to the van off the garage roof. This mission is intense at times, but as soon as you reach about halfway, things will chill out if you choose a good method to leave, like me, through the back window. The heist is quick and relatively randomized in the sense that the code to the basement can be found in 3 different locations: the cafeteria, VIP room, and the lobby on an Employee of the Month picture. Other than that, camera room, red, blue keycard can always be found on guards in respective area. Now, having a pattern for a heist is not bad, since that is what's fun about learning to stealth a heist. Sometimes you strike luck with the vault being a more low-key spot, and sometimes you have to improvise if the vault ends up somewhere else. Having to change strategies sometimes and have backup plans in your mind is what makes Payday stealth so fun in my opinion. Design-wise, I would say that the map is very restrictive, which is to be expected in a small jewelry store, but I feel like you could implement a way to use, for example, vents and expand on the map without enlarging it, like sewers could also be cool. Overall though, a solid heist for a quick buck, and so I would like to place this one on the C spot as well on the chart, since a heist such as this just doesn't have enough depth to reach a higher rank. Same as with the jewelry store and diamond store and 4 stores in Payday 2. It serves its purpose to be a quick and fun cash grab, nothing more, and that is good. Now this one is a spicy one. Rock the Cradle. This heist challenges your ability to blend in among the crowd whilst sneaking loot. This one can be completed without equipping your mask, which is really fun. Just casually committing crime and no one noticing or attempting to stop you is super satisfying. The enemy placement on this one is perfect in all types of ways. Having to sneak and still have it be possible to be unmasked, it's just like a ballet between the heisters and the guards. Completing the heist unmasked is the most satisfying thing ever. It feels like an old school robbery, walking in and out like nothing happened. No dead guards, no drawn weapons, just you and your suspicious face on every camera sneaking around everywhere you shouldn't be. So the way to do this stealth is simple once you know the path. Sneak through the club, access the computer and get the phone lady moving. Sneak behind her and steal her QR code signal from the phone. Use it to steal the VIP pass. Find your laptop and verify the pass. Run to the VIP room entrance, show the pass to the guards and sneak in. Steal the guard's keycard's blue keycard, find the red keycard, enter the IT room and get the numbers and color. Use the number and color to flip the correct switch to enable crypto wallet to be stolen. Reset the bioscanner via the accountant's PC, steal and secure the crypto wallet, and optionally empty the entire club. Now this map has color and life, which make this map optimal for doing things unmasked to avoid civilian detection. You can complete the heist stealthily in many different ways. You can reconfigure the speakers, kidnap the phone lady and steal the signal from there. There is just so much variety and stealth in this map. That makes it one of my favorite maps to stealth. Dancing around the club, hitting on the guards is an option for those in need of a break mid-heist, you know. Rock the Cradle hits the first B-level heist in quality in my opinion. Now the reason for that is the lack of loot and XP. If it was more rewarding, it would land higher, but for now, the effort you'd have to put in is just not worth the reward, but other than that, great heist. So this next one is the most confusing heist ever. Under the surface, so you're ordered to complete one objective at a time. Meanwhile, you're stuck in a warehouse with several rooms filled with art ready to be stolen. At first, nothing makes no sense because their instructions are absolutely awful. But once you get the hang of things and where to find the USB in the manager's office and where to bring the analyzer you found in the service room, things make more sense. As soon as you enter, it says Access Exhibition Room E1. And that is easy enough, but you will most likely find a bunch of phones and the analyzer and wall panels and USB stick first, and that will confuse the hell out of you. When you, as stated earlier, get the hang of the heist and what each item do, things will get easier. But as far as understandable instruction and leads, no, fuck that. Play and repeat and get the hang of things. So basically what you're supposed to do is get inside, either on the upper floor or lower level, find and hack a panel to access Exhibition Room E1 and steal the art inside, primarily the Greg and Judd painting, but you can steal the rest as well. Now hacking the panel is probably the most boring idea for an objective in the history of stealth. I have complained about this specific objective so much lately, but to order the player to stand in the open for no reason is such a shit objective type. Like add some meaning to it. It's like, oh, get the signal for this or that, and it's like, really? Just ask me to break a window or shoot in the air. It's just a boring objective type that make the game harder for no reason whatsoever. This is not like Payday ever before. Standing in the open has never been an objective and never should have been. It is just a cheap alternative. Instead of putting something with meaning and purpose to complete the heist, they put fucking standing in the open? Whatever. After you've grabbed Greg and Judd and tossed them into the van, you're off to find the Vicario paintings that are in separate rooms. The computer in the manager's office will give clues on where to find everything. To access everything inside of the exhibition rooms, you must navigate through traps like lasers, movement sensors, and play The Floor is Lava. Now this would be really cool and fun, unless the Payday 3 controls felt so sloppy. The accuracy of a jump is super difficult, and 99% of the times you fail while you play this heist is because of the traps. And 99% of the times you fail to traps will be because of the lava is floor is lava, and floor lava, since the jump momentum has no real rules. You can get the hang of how and when to jump, and that makes things 10 times more fair, but if you bump into something while preparing to jump, well, then you're gonna fly across the floor like the walls are electrified, sending you flying in the opposite direction like a ragdoll. And if I sound different, it's because I just discovered a mic audio enhancer that I haven't been using for some reason, so that's why I sound much better all of a sudden. Imagine buying a microphone and using the worst settings. Yeah, let's spit a few videos on that one. Once the Vicario paintings have been extracted and placed into the van, you ought to find the last item required. The true Ladit painting. Now you have one USB that you find in the manager's office that will safely remove the painting, but there could be two places where the painting could be found, and you have to use the analyzer to determine which one of the two paintings is the real one. And once the authentic one has been found, you will have to use that one-time use USB to extract the painting and take it to the van. Grab the wrong painting, and you will know when it's too late. Try to grab both of them, well, one of them will set ablaze once the USB has been used once, so yeah, try your luck. I find this heist very cool, even though it has some of the worst objective types ever. I will place it at a controversial B place, since if the parkour were better and the hacking stuff by standing openly were changed, this would be my absolute favorite heist. It reminds me a lot of Framing Frame, which is the same as Art Gallery in Payday 2, and the Diamond Heist in Payday the Heist. Wait, the Diamond Heist in Payday the Heist is my favorite heist in Payday the Heist, and it reminds me of this heist. Okay, having to navigate through the top and bottom floor and collect things on the way is like Payday the Heist and stealing art. It's just simply Art Gallery from Payday, so this is a good one. That's the summary of what I just said. Now, this gold mine is as good as Payday 3 gets. Probably. For now, in my opinion. Golden Shark is the big bank of Payday 3 and allows you to empty a vault filled with gold and a server? I don't know who in the fucking world would put a server in a bank vault. I mean, put it in the FBI base or something, but that doesn't matter since it will go straight into my pocket along with all the gold this bank can carry. Now, the design of the bank itself is pretty cool. Many different rooms and hallways leading to the same place. It has great interconnectivity and an interesting design overall. Besides the fact that you can get a special favor to open the elevator in the game leading to the garage, and the only other way being carrying bags directly from the vault to the basement is boring and repetitive, the heist overall is great. Though I feel like moving bags out of the bank could be more exciting in general, like finding a vent or a sewer to transport them through, to avoid tedious tasks like transporting 13 bags at one time. The mission overall is pretty simple, yet a moderate challenge with good loot/reward in the end. You enter the bank, you grab a QR code, you find out where the red keycard is located and grab it. Open the gate and enter inside. Make your disgusting way to the server room and access the computer without checking the history for your own safety. Wait for it to tell you that it needs further access. Go to one of the back offices and find the correct computer. Access that one and approve without checking the history once again. Go back and wait for it to finish and grab the key code to the vault lobby. Get inside, take out the cameras and security guard in there, touch the iPad screen and flip the right switches corresponding with the correct color shown on the vault access screen. Have the blue key card available or go get it. Enter the manager's office and access his computer and send a friend request to the vault. Run back to the vault and accept the friend request and follow back before the vault gets cold feet and you have to start all over again. Enter the vault, loot all including one dumbass server and transport the green goods straight to the van in the basement. The good thing with this heist is that it's not super hard and not too easy. The reward is good and time to put in could be significant if you decide to transport all bags out without the elevator trick. Overall though, the heist is certainly one of the best of this game and therefore it lands in the A category in my opinion. A great heist, fun and rewarding with cool design and not tedious tasks like the one where you have to wait in one open spot until you get detected. Well, of course, besides transporting 13 bags to the basement through the staircase, but whatever. Ooh, this next one. I have a serious gripe with this one. And in all honesty, I prefer to get a broken glass bottle shoved up my ass and have to go through this one again. Alright, maybe an exaggeration, as you might call it, in the fancy parts of this town, but still, I think the point remains. It's not one of the best. It's 99 boxes, and I think the name really shows what they were going for here. What the fuck do you mean with 99 boxes? It has nothing to do with 99 boxes, dude. There's not 99 boxes anywhere near this heist. Besides the confusing name, the heist also sucks. Having to take things slow and plan the first half just to run and breeze through the latter makes this heist a boring addition to the shitfest known as Payday 3 heisting. What happened to cool map design and fun objective? It's like they went, no, fuck all that. To open all these containers, you first have to stand in an open area for as long as possible, then after that you have to run with your little legs using your shitty parkour to get through, and guess what? If you did not clear the guard over there, you might be doomed just before you even began. I mean, planning your escape or delivery isn't bad and could be cool in theory, but have to rush back quickly to deliver degrading material, however, it degrades way too fast and makes things like a run back more annoying and destructive rather than fun and rewarding. This I feel is why I die 90% of the time. If you have bad luck, you will end up running into some stupid guard, civilian, and camera path, and will lead you down an eventual failure after that slow-ass progress you have fought so hard for the first half of the game. To get through this mission stealth, you have to enter the premise and collect 2 QR scan codes for the intended containers in order to access them. Secondly, access the computer to find out where they are. Grab a zip line and get to the other side. Enter the QR code into the correct container, and then the best part. After that, interact with the iPad that every security system all over New York seems to be using, which can easily be hacked by standing in different open locations. It is like they made it so that they could catch criminals. I mean, they probably said something like this. "Hey Bob, to hack this one, a robot must stand in open areas in order to access it, most definitely alerting any nearby guards. So not only have we created a safe system, but we have created a moth lamp for criminals. Step up, Payday gang! It is what they want us to do, damn it." After that, you have to grab the thing and run back before it degrades through cameras, civilians, and guards. After that one is done, do it again with another one and make a run for it. I will put this one in the E tier. It does suck, and it does certainly suck. It is nothing that I would play for either reward nor as a quick fun one. It does not benefit you to play this one in any way besides a few achievements if you want them. This one, ladies and gentlemen, is not a moneymaker. Touch the Sky is currently the final core heist we have provided, and this one I can say is not bad, but certainly could be better. It is a very repetitive heist, where walking back and forth seems to be the solution to many problems here, and I do not like it. Also, the great objective of standing in an open area for no reason, again being one of the core things to deal with. The main goal is to steal hard drive, but drugs, money, and jewelry can be found on the way, making it a bit more loot varied in some instances. Not that that makes any difference to the core gameplay of this core heist experience. Either way, make your way upstairs to the entrance and sneak through the vent. Drop down and grab the poison that can be located in any of the bathrooms. Steal the blue keycard, do the boring hacking of this room, enter inside, and find the secret switch leading to his vault. After that, find the red keycard in one of the drawers inside of the filing room. Use that to unlock his office, then go down to the bar and poison his drink and stop his diarrhea visit to the bathroom to unlock his secret room where the code to the vault inside of his master bedroom can be found, as well as drugs and money. Open his vault, steal the jewelry and hard drive, plug the hard drive into his computer in his office and verify that it is not encrypted, and if it is, decrypt it, shove all of it into the vents and escape. Easy enough. The heist is simple yet fun, sometimes forcing you into the open, but picking the moments will save you from getting detected, so the responsibility is on your shoulders. This heist is fun and rewarding despite having the most boring objective of them all, which is just to stand in the open until things happen. And the repetitive path back and forth. I still think the look and the feel of the heist makes up for all of that, so this one lands on a B score, which is a good heist. Now with all the core stealth heists over, let's get into some legacy heists as they are called. Or as it is called since there's only one stealth legacy heist. The legacy heists are brought in from Payday 2, and they are Turbot Station and Cook-Off. Cook-Off is one of the loud heists you can get to experience from Payday 2 and Payday 3, but enough on that, let's get on. This might be controversial, but in my opinion, Turbot Station is one of the worst heists. It feels super redundant having to navigate the same way over and over again, look for and collect QR codes, key cards, and access a panel in a control room underground guarded by cameras and security. With that said, enter the train graveyard and locate the trains associated with the satellite prototypes. Find hard drive, QR code, and control room. Access the control room by kidnapping a higher up and forcing him to do the eye scanner thing. Get inside and start the bypass and get the train containing the satellite type that requires the bypasser, and steal all the items inside. Then get to the rest since they're easier from this point. Get all loot to the van and leave. This mission is easy enough. It just feels like there's less thought put into the placement of enemies and guards in combination with cameras. It feels like cameras are placed frequent and random, and guard patterns interfere a lot with civ and camera patterns, sometimes at unfair standards. This isn't super bad, but this probably has to be one of the most repetitive heists out of them all. Bores me to death having to run the same path 400 fucking times for a relative low paycheck, and I do not want to spend much time on this one at all. I might give it an E in rank, as it is one of the worst Payday 3 has to offer. Payday 3 has a relatively good standard on stealth missions, but this one really felt off. Now we're at DLC territory. So I have made an in-depth review of this stealth heist, and therefore I will refer to that one. It is the syntax error DLC heist. And in short, if you haven't watched that review, go watch it. Also another sponsor of myself, please check out my Dark Souls video. Yes, I am sponsored by myself this episode. And check out my Dark Souls video and check out my syntax error in-depth review where I go through both the loud and the stealth aspects of the game and give it kind of a review or critique, if you may. So check that one out, but in short, this heist gets a B on the scoreboard. Since I do like the freedom you have when it comes to completing the heist, but if you do want my entire opinion, as I said, you can go check that video out. It was fun to make and cost me 17.99 euro, so that is unfortunate. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, this is the ranking scoreboard. My opinion, so don't kill me over it, it's not worth it. Don't call Bane, he's probably dead, who knows if he's dead. However, I really appreciate you joining me for this one. I do not want to make payday after payday video, but I am that guy that has a hard time forcing myself to do something that I do not enjoy. If I want to play, for example, Payday 3, I might as well record and make a video out of it. By the way, check out my Dark Souls review. Once again, I put a lot of time into that one. Meanwhile, I made a Payday 3 video, literally taking 4 hours, including gameplay, editing, and thumbnail, and making it got like fucking 7,000 views right now. The YouTube algorithm works in magical ways. But thanks you for watching. Comment your opinions. I am always glad to read and respond to comments. Take care, and I appreciate every single one of you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Goodbye.